The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, everyone. I wanted to first start off by saying thank you to everyone for joining me today. I know your time is valuable, as is ours, so we really appreciate you taking a little bit of time out of your day. We're going to look at a concept that we've seen in the industry becoming more and more popular, more and more carriers adopting kind of this participating income concept. And so we're going to look at 3 different products today. All of them are going to kind of have their own time and place where they're valuable. So we're going to kind of look at them and when they best fit in the industry and when we're working with our clients. I am going to go through 3 products, so there's going to be a lot of information thrown at you here in the next half an hour. So if you have questions, just jot them down. I will be following up with each of you individually later today or tomorrow. So when I follow up with you, make sure you have all your questions ready to go. I'll be happy to answer those on a one-on-one basis, as well as if you would like to see any illustrations, we can run them at that time. For those who haven't met or haven't talked with me before, my name's Laura Johnson. I work here at IAMS in the annuity department. So anytime you need help with any annuity cases, just want to bounce some ideas off of anyone, feel free to give me a call. I'm happy to help you. We're going to get going here real quick, though. I know the first few slides are kind of introductory. If you've been on this before, you know that. I'll go pretty quickly through these, and then we'll get to what we're here to talk about. First thing I'm going to talk about is a couple of our business builders, is what we kind of call them for the producer, ways to help you get going in the business or help you with some of your marketing stuff. First program we've got available for you when you do get contracted with IAMS is our new producer bonus. So if you just recently got contracted or you're looking at getting contracted, this would apply to you. Once you contract with IAMS, you have 6 months to qualify for this. As you can see, we have 3 different tiers: $100,000, $300,000, and $500,000 levels. So $100,000 of annuity or single premium life business will qualify you for $750 cash. Bone or 2-year will pay for your website, build it, and pay for it for 2 years, or an iPad. If you choose not to cash out there and go for $300,000, as you can see, there's a lot of other great options there. And if you don't cash out at $300,000 and go for $500,000, as you can see, there's a lot of great options there. One thing I will mention on the $500,000 level, if you're not looking to do seminars, don't really want the travel package, we do have a cash option and a marketing reimbursement option at that level as well. So if you have any questions where you stand on this or how much more time you've got to qualify, give your marketer at IAMS a call or give myself a call. Be happy to look that up for you. I will also mention this does not count for any controlled business. So any family members and stuff, yourself included, this would not qualify. That business does not count toward this. Another couple other programs we've got available for you. I'm going to go to the marketing reimbursement first. Once you've cashed out your new producer bonus, all the premium you write with IAMS is going to count for marketing reimbursement. So for every $100,000 of annuity production, we'll put $100 in your marketing reimbursement account. If you do $100,000 of single premium life, it'll actually get you $200 of marketing reimbursement. And then life target premium every $10,000 will get you $200 as well. If you're curious where you stand on your marketing reimbursement, you can give Chris in accounting a call. He can get that totaled up for you. Another program we've got available, which I think is very valuable, as you know, in this industry, your business is built on referrals. So is ours. So if you want to refer an agent enjoying what you're receiving as far as service goes from IAMS, maybe you want to refer an agent without taking on the responsibility of a hierarchy, this program would be for you. For a referral, you get $50 when they get contracted, $100 when they first write a piece of business, and then going forward, any business they write, you will earn 20 basis points override on. So great way for you to make a little extra money off of a referral. This isn't coming out of your referrals pocket from their commission. It's not coming out of your commission. This is something that IAMS is taking out of their pocket to pay you. Just a way for us to say thank you. Those checks do go out quarterly. So if there's someone you've referred over to IAMS and want to make sure you're in this program, give me a call. I'll make sure we've got it noted. Here at IAMS, it's part of our name. Service is part of our name. It's our number one thing we strive to be the best in. It's something that Steve and Charles have embedded in our head, is to be the number one with support here at IAMS. As you know, if you've called IAMS before, we do have a 3-ring guarantee. Someone is always going to pick up the phone. Every time you call, you are going to get a live person, which I think is a huge advantage, and something that if you ask our top 30 producers why they do business with IMES, that's going to be one of the things they mention. The reason we do that, no voicemail either, is just that if you're calling in and I'm out of town and you left me a message and I don't get back to you for a week, we'd really like to get you your answers that day. So if someone's out of the office, you then know that you can get someone else in the office to be able to help you out. We also do everything from, we say, submission to commission. When you write in a piece of business, I'd love to help you with your case design. Anyone here would, both life and annuity. Help you get the forms you need, make sure your training's up to date, make sure we've got your state trainings up to date. We're going to verify all that. When you do write a piece of business, we do submit it to either Amber's team or Cindy's team, depending if it's life or annuity. They do scrub those applications, get back to you with any corrections, making sure that business goes in perfect or as best order as we can. Avoid having you go back to the client multiple times. Also, I will mention we do have a paperless contracting system. So if you aren't contracted with IMES, you'll like this program. Once you fill out the paperwork once and we've got it in the system, it's really easy to add carriers, take them away. You could just do it by a phone call or an email. So really trying to minimize paperwork and make your lives easier. I think this is one of the most important departments in our building here at IMES is our creative department. Jacob, Sean, Aaron do an amazing job for our agents as far as branding, marketing, websites, anything you can think of that you might have to find someone to design something for you on more of a freelance basis. We've got a team of people here to help you with that for a fraction of the price, or if you got marketing dollars, for no cost. We do offering branding to our agents, free branding. So if you're looking for a logo design or business cards, give Sean, Aaron a call. They'd love to help you with that. If you're contracted and doing business with IMES, again, that's something we offer to our agents. A lot of things that they do for people, I see them do newsletters all the time. If you're looking to do a seminar and maybe you want someone to help design the postcard, or you're looking to do some social media marketing, those are things that department can help you out with. So if you're looking for some ideas or need some help with it, give Jacob, Sean, Aaron a call. They'd be happy to answer any questions you may have. If you haven't been to our website, as you can see on the screen, it's www.imesinc.com. I'm on our website all day long using it for different tools. I'm just going to highlight a couple that I use on a daily basis. If you're looking for term quotes or GUL quotes, you go under the products and go to the life tab, you're able to do that. We also, if you're submitting life applications, we've got iGo eApp right there on our website. You can do it right there. If you're looking for forms, maybe it's the weekend, can't get a hold of anyone at IMES, you're able to access those forms on there as well. One of my favorite things to go to is if you go under the products tab and go to annuities, you'll have a link there to Annuity Rate Watch. I use this all the time. When you're calling to ask me who's going to give the client the best guaranteed income, I'm going straight to our website, to Annuity Rate Watch. They're going to compare every product out in the industry so that you know going into your appointment if you've got the best thing that you're producing or you're offering the client. One last thing that I will point out that I use a lot as well is if you go under the supports tab, there is a sales resource library. Now this is full of a lot of material for you agents. It's going to give you a couple areas that I use all the time. There's a fact finder section, probably 50 different kinds of fact finders out there, anywhere from estate planning to just a general, all the basic financials, to doing some bigger case designs, you needing more specific questions asked. Just check it out there. I see a lot of them being used on the estate side when you're trying to build an estate plan for someone. Some really great resources. Also a ton of financial calculators out there. Use those all the time. Maybe you're looking for a 72T calculation. Client wants to know what their RMD is going to be. All those calculators are out in the sales resource library as well. One other thing I think is really valuable out there is there is a client presentations area. Maybe you're talking to a client about long-term care and, hey, I just want to know more about long-term care. Do you have something? Yeah, we do. And they're all client approved, give you a 8-10 page document on everything you need to know about long-term care. So some great resources out there. If you need help finding it or want help walking through it, give me a call. I'm happy to do that with you. A couple of years ago, as you all know, the DOL was going around, and as much as we'd like to say it's dead and gone, we all know that the SEC is working on their rendition of it. So the whole fiduciary kind of concept is something that's not going away. We think it's really valuable to have an avenue for our agents when it comes to that. So a couple of years ago, 2 years now, we've been in the business with Iams Wealth Management. We do have an RIA in this office. So if you do have your 65 or your CFP and you're looking to register with someone, give Charles Jr., Mike Hansen a call. They'd be happy to answer any questions. What I explain it to my agent, when we built this RIA, we built it for the insurance producer. We know a lot of our producers never really wanted to go into the security industry, but our industry is forcing a lot of us to head that direction. So we think it's very valuable. So we've got a couple different things I want to mention real quick. One, if you're studying for your 65 or you're potentially interested in getting it, and maybe you're working with some high net worth clients who really need to have somewhere to put some money in securities, we do have a soliciting agreement that we can sign with you where, depending on the state as well, we can pay you a portion of the fee, or we'd sign you up as a solicitor, you refer those clients over, and depending on the state, we're actually allowed to pay you a portion of that fee that we charge the client. The real nice thing about this is when you do pass your 65 or get your CFP and get registered, we will transfer all those clients directly to you. So you can really start off your security side of the business with some AUM, assets under management, right off the bat. Also, I just think it's really valuable for an insurance agent now to have their 65. More and more people are looking at the stock market, wanting to be a little bit of a part in it. It's been up, up, up. We all know it's going to come crashing down at some point. But again, I think if you're going into a house as an insurance agent without your 65 and you've got a client with 500,000, AIG, Athene, whatever carrier you're taking the business to may say, hey, we're only going to take 350 of it. What are you as an agent going to do with that other 150,000? If suitability is saying we can't put in an annuity, what are we going to do with it? Having wealth management on your side is a great opportunity for you to control those assets still and be the full financial advisor for your client, not allowing another rep to come in and potentially affect your business. So with that, if you have any questions about the soliciting agreement or any questions as far as just kind of our platform and what we've got available, just answer yes to this question that I'm throwing up now. What that'll do is generate a call from Mike Hansen here in the next day or two, where he'll be able to talk with you a little bit more, answer any questions you may have. So if you haven't answered the question, go ahead and answer it. The quicker we get these questions answered, the quicker we can get on to what we're supposed to be talking about today. So again, if you do answer yes, it's just going to generate a phone call from Mike Hansen, and he can just get whatever questions you have answered. All right, just a couple more slides. We'll get into what we're talking about today. This is something I'm pretty passionate about, our Life and Annuity Academy. I've seen a lot of producers of ours come into these academies, get some great ideas, and end up going back, fired up, ready to do some business and revamp their marketing. What this is it's a 2.5-day training that we put on. It is all expense paid, so we're going to cover your flights, we're going to cover your meals, your hotels. We're going to bring in some of our top producers who have had success moving from the bottom of the totem pole all the way to the top 10 here at Iams. They're going to share some of their marketing strategies. Got a couple guys who will come in and share exactly what they're doing out in the field, and they're really there to help you grow your business. This is an opportunity for you as an agent to bump arms with 40 other people out in the field who are doing the same thing you're doing every day, bouncing ideas off of each other, and in the meantime, getting some great unique ideas from some top producers out in the field. We usually co-sponsor this with one of our top carriers. I can tell you that the next one is going to be in September. It's going to be from the 18th through the 20th, and we're going to be holding that out in Des Moines, Iowa, at Athene's home office. If you haven't been to Athene's home office, it's a really nice facility. They do a really great job bringing some great keynote speakers. So it's just a great opportunity. So I'm going to throw our second poll question up. If you are interested in coming into one of our Life and Annuity Academies, go ahead and answer yes to this question. What that'll do is you'll get an email from Christy in our office later today with a registration link. This is a pre-registration. This doesn't guarantee you a spot. We usually have a couple hundred register and are limited to 40 to 50 spots each time. So one thing I can tell you for getting into the Academy, if you're contracted with Iams, that is a requirement. And if you're doing some business with us, that's going to help get you there a lot quicker. So if you're curious, have more questions as far as some of the topics we're going to cover, jot those down. I'll answer those for you when I call you, or give your marketer here at Iams a call. They'd be happy to get those questions answered for you as well. So I'm going to go ahead and close that poll. And the last slide before we go into our presentation today is talking about our top producers trip. It's our 2019 marketing summit. It's coming up here in August. We're going to be doing it down in Naples, Florida at the Ritz-Carlton right there on the beach. It's going to be a great time. It's for you and a guest. All expenses, again, covered, golf, spa, everything. Great opportunity for IMES just to say thank you. Thank you for the business you've done. Thank you for the relationship, partnership we've got. If you've been on one of these trips, a lot of our guys, once they go on one, I don't know if it's them or their spouses, say they're not going to miss another. So it's a great time. You'll see that hopefully you'll feel the family feeling by the time you leave. As I said, qualification for this does, I don't know if I mentioned it yet, but ran from January of last year and ends in June. So business paid through June 30th will get you there. As you can see, any combination of what's listed on the screen will qualify you and a guest. Qualification, again, like I said, ends on the 30th. We'll be starting the new period again July 1st. We have not yet announced where we're going next, but I can tell you, you won't want to miss it. So what we're going to be talking about today is some increasing income options. Why are we talking about this? We're looking for the opportunity to give your clients some better income opportunities. We're going to try and help your clients keep up with inflation. And like I mentioned earlier, the competition is getting more and more competitive when it comes to these products. If you ask a client what their biggest concerns are going into retirement, you're going to hear running out of money and you're going to hear keeping up with inflation. I pretty much almost guarantee it. Those are two things we hear on a daily basis that are the client's concerns. So we're going to look at a couple of products that will help with both of those things. What the client can expect from using one of these products, we're going to give them the opportunity to have some increasing income. We're also going to give them the control of their assets. You know, a lot of times when clients are looking for immediate income, first thing that pops in our head is, well, in a lot of people's heads is a SPIA, single premium immediate annuity. Well, when you sign a client up for a SPIA, you're pretty much signing on the dotted line your destiny. It is what it is. There is no different than that. You know, it is what it is. With these products we're going to look at today, your client may take a little bit less of a payment initially, but we are going to give them the opportunity for increasing income, and they've still got complete control of their money. Clients have a family emergency and need a few extra $1,000, you know, they have the capability to go do that. Maybe they don't need income anymore. They thought they needed it. They've taken it for several years, and well, their expenses have gone down. They paid off their house, paid off their car. I don't really need this income anymore. You can shut it off. Your client has complete control. When you're, like I said, with the SPIA, it is what it is, and that's your destiny. So really trying to keep the control in the client's hands. So we want to give the client that opportunity. And like I said, we're going to give them an income that they're not going to outlive. It's going to go as long as their retirement does. Maybe. Okay. Like I mentioned, inflation, this is one of the reasons we're talking about this. It's a concern. As you can see here, I've got a table up from 2000 to 16. It's on a monthly basis, but as you can see, it's been a consistent issue. Not many negative numbers on there as far as inflation goes. So inflation is something we're going to be consistently seeing an issue with. I mean, me being only 31, I can think back to being 21 and how expensive a gallon of milk was. Even in the last 10 years, how much it's gone up. Same thing with gas, and we look at a lot of things in the world today. It's going up, and it's going to continue to. So if we can help the clients kind of fight that inflation problem, that's what we are hoping for. First product we're going to look at today is the Athene Ascent Pro series. Athene's had this product out for several years. I like this product because there's a lot of options on it. It gives your client the opportunity to kind of pick and choose what they want to do. Product is available from age 35 to age 80. $10,000 minimum. A couple things I will mention on this product. You are allowed to take income out of this product 30 days after issue. They do have both single and joint options available for both qualified and non-qualified money. And with that, I will make a note. A lot of people are surprised when I say you can do joint payout on qualified funds. One thing I will mention is you can. There are some things we have to do when we're setting up the policy. It does have to be a spouse. You know, with qualified money, it has to come over like to like. So if it's in John Smith's name, new policy has to be in John Smith's name. But Mrs. Smith can be the primary beneficiary. And then when John goes to turn on the income, he can elect to have his wife be on there as a joint payout. So that is an option. It is available. When you're running your quotes through IMES, make sure you let us know if it's going to be joint because it does affect the payout percentage. The payout percentage will always be based on the younger person's age, and then they do a little bit of a deduction there as well for having it a joint versus a single. The rider fee on this product is 1%. So it's just some key features I want you to pay attention to. With Athene, they give us a couple different options. So you get two options. First thing you're going to pick is, how does the money grow? How are we going to let the money grow during deferral? They've got a guaranteed option, which we're really not going to look at today. It gives you a 10% bonus on the income account value and grows at 10% simple for 10 years and then drops to 5%. It's a guarantee. We know what's going to happen. But what we're going to look at today is the guaranteed plus the multiplier, which we'll get into here in a minute. And then we're going to look at the second choice the client gets to pick is when they go to turn on the income, how are we going to have it pay out? Do we want a level payout that's guaranteed for life? Or what we're going to be looking at today is a couple other options, the earnings index and the inflation adjusted. Here are a couple of the different indexes that the Athene product does have. They've got several different ones. They've got traditional S&P strategies. They've got some of the risk control strategies with S&P, Morningstar, BNP, and the SG Janus Fund. So a lot of great options when it comes to strategy. Good options for diversifying the money into both 1-year and 2-year strategies. Most of these indexes both have 1- and 2-year options as well. So like I mentioned, we're going to talk about the non-guaranteed section today. As you can see on the screen, the yellow line is that guaranteed that we talked about. You get a little bit higher bonus. I will apologize. This slide is out to date. This bonus here in the middle is wrong. I will get that corrected for next month. But the income based on the guaranteed is 10%. The option 2, which we're looking at today, it's actually 5%. So I apologize for that error. But the non-guaranteed, the way it works is it's going to grow at 7% simple, no matter what. And then it's going to have 200% participation as well. So there is a little bit of a guaranteed mixed with a little bit of participating on this one. So every year your client for sure is going to get that 7% during deferral, and then 200%. So for an example, we'll just say client makes 4% in year 1. Okay. Multiply that times 200%. We're going to get 8 plus the 7% we already get. And so in that example, on a 4% interest, the client would have seen a 15% credit on the income base. So we're giving up a little on the guaranteed for the potential of interest to really grow this policy. As you can see on the screen, the yellow line being that guaranteed that we're not talking about today, but I keep mentioning, but we're going to look at this non-guaranteed. See, even in the worst case scenario, probably assuming the worst interest there could be in the illustration, we're still at $263,000 when we go to turn on that income in 10 years. Whereas in the guaranteed, we would have only got to $215,000. So the potential there is huge as for what we can gain on those. All right, next slide. Next, like I said, we have 3 different ways we can pay it out. Like I mentioned, level, just guaranteed. It is what it is. Here's your income. It's never going to change. It's never going to go up. It's never going to go down. It is what it is. It's very predictable. But what we're going to look at is the earnings index. This is probably my favorite option when it comes to Athene's options. It's the earnings index, meaning that once the client activates that income, anytime they earn interest, they're going to see an increase in their income. So as you can see here on this example, it started at $82.95 year 1. You can see here in around age 67, we had some increase with interest, so our income increased. We'll just say at 68, there was no income or no interest earned. It stayed the same. Next time interest was earned, you see it went back up. Again, worst case scenario, we're tapping out at 11,000. Guaranteed would have just been at 82. One thing to keep in mind, I always mention with these products, for the earnings index and the CPIU, which we're going to look at next, they do have the payout percentages are very important. You can have the best product, the biggest bonus, and not have the good payout percentage, and you don't have a competitive product. So payout percentages are very important. I'm going to try and beat that into your guys' head as we go through this presentation today because it really plays an effect in your client's future. So again, just you're starting a little lower, but we have the potential to have that increasing income help keep up with inflation. Like I mentioned, there is a CPIU one as well, inflation adjusted. So what we do is anytime there's an increase in the CPIU index, we would see an increase in our income. Again, payout percentages on this are much lower You'll see here in a minute when I show you the payout percentages. I usually encourage the earnings index. 4% interest is 4% increase on the income. With this same thing, if the CPIU goes up 2, you're going to see a 2% increase in your income. So again, payout percentage though will be very important when it comes to that. Here's an illustration. I just use the earnings index for the illustration. I'm going to show you both a non-guaranteed and the guaranteed page. So on this illustration, I used a 65-year-old. I think that this product is a good fit for those clients who are maybe waiting 3, 4, 5 years, willing to take a little risk instead of getting that guaranteed 10% each year, saying, okay, I'm willing to take 7 with the potential to have much more. So as you can see here on the guaranteed, I used 500,000. We're waiting 5 years to turn on income. Guaranteed, no matter what, we can guarantee your client's going to have $31,000 the rest of their life. You can see there are a little bit of an increase here on the income, and that's because of the minimum guaranteed on the product. So that would give them a little bit, but this is assuming 0 interest. We all know that's not going to happen. History hasn't shown us that it's going to go 0 for 20, 30 years ever. The non-guaranteed is where it gets exciting. The same illustration, just the non-guaranteed, and I did this pretty conservatively, doing a 4.28% return, so pretty standard return. You can see here, instead of starting with 31,000 after 5 years, we have the potential to start with 40. Not only that, but as you can see, all the years thereafter, we're going to have increasing income. That income that the client receives is going to continue to go up. So really great opportunity for those clients, again, to keep up with inflation. As I mentioned, payout percentages, very important. Let's just look at maybe a 70-year-old. So with Athene, a 70-year-old, with the example we were looking at, 4.9 would have been what they get on the level guaranteed payout. CPIU, as I mentioned, is much, much lower at 2.2. And the earnings index is at 4.25, which is what I recommend. So when you're running the illustrations with the IMES, if you want to see both options, we're happy to run them both ways. Just make sure you let us know when you're calling in if you want to see option 1 or option 2 on how it grows, option 2 being what we're talking about today. And then you also have to let us know how you want to illustrate as far as the payout goes. Do you want to see level, inflation, or earnings index? But again, these payout percentages are very important. Second product we're going to talk about today is the AIG multiplier. Couple things on this product, $25,000 minimum, so it does have a little bit higher of a minimum that you have to start with. Age is 0 to 78 on this product. Again, on this product, you can begin income 30 days after issue. Again, you have the single and joint options available, both for non-qualified and qualified money. And the rider fee on this is 1.1. Both riders for Athene and AIG are based off of the income account value and deducted from the account value. Where I think this product fits in, I'll tell you before we get into the nuts and bolts of it, I think that this product has a spot for those people looking for that immediate income. As you saw on Athene's, that immediate income, if you take the earnings index, you get a payout percentage deduction. That's where AIG shines. They have the same payout percentage for their guaranteed income rider as they do their non-guaranteed. So no matter how old the client is, what time they start, your payout percentage is going to be the same regardless of which product you go with AIG. They do have a guaranteed income rider. We're not even going to look at that today. We're just looking on the non-guaranteed. So I think this product really shines for that client who goes, hey, John, I need income 30 days after issue. I need to start this right away. This is what I do when I'm competing with the SPIA. Am I beating the SPIA? No. I've beat it maybe once or twice. But what I am doing is I'm getting close, or at least close enough that I can have a conversation with the client and make sense of it. I'm giving the client full control, and I'm giving them increasing income. So the way this product works is that during deferral, you're going to earn 200% of any interest earned. So if you're in 4% interest, we're going to give you 8 on the income side. Another way that AIG says it is they kind of rebranded it from being the multiplier to during deferral, we're going to double your interest on the income side. So 5% interest earned would be 10% credited to the income account value. Once you activate the income, we're going to match it. So on this example here, say we took income day 1 right off the bat, okay? We earned 4% interest in the first year. So we started with 100,000. We'll just say, for example, our payout percentage was 5%, okay? So originally, we're going to get 5% of 100,000. Okay. Our income that year is $5,000. Well, if we earn 4% interest in the first year, we're now going to have, we're going to get that credited to the income base. So now after year one, our income base is now 104,000. We're still at the same payout percentage of 5%, but we're getting it off of 104,000 instead of 100,000, meaning that our income in year one went from being 5,000 a year to 5,200. So a great opportunity again for the clients to get that increasing income starting after, right away. Again, we say double during deferral and we match once the income's turned on. So as you can see here again, 5% interest earned is a 5% credit to the income account value as well. I love this picture. I think this is really important. I think everyone should use this when they're explaining these products, or some of these products, or at least this product, to a client. I think it really paints the picture, helps the client understand how the product works. A couple things to note. This first part that we're going to look at, this is the deferral part right here on the screen, the first 5 years. So at age 62, we earn 3% interest. As you can see up here, we get a 6% bump up on the income base. Behind you, this purple or blue, whatever line, darker color, going down, that shows your cash account. Okay, 0 interest earns means we stay the same. 4% means 8%. As you can see, we doubled. Here where the line kind of gets faded, you can see that's where we turned on income. So at age 67 to 68, we earned 4%. You can see we got a 4% bump in our income. Once that income does go up, it will never go back down. That is their new guaranteed income for life until more interest is earned. So that's one question we get all the time is, okay, when's it going to go back down? Does it go back down once the cash hits 0? Nope. It's not like a variable annuity. Doesn't work like that. Once it goes up, it will stay the same until we have more interest earned. That'll continue to grow. As you can see, it grows here for about 14 years. At age 81, we've now depleted all cash in the account. So with this product at that point, whatever this number up here is and the income that you've received, the highest income you've ever received, that is now your income for the rest of your life. It will never change. That's your new income. So what did we do? We just gave your client 14 years of increasing income. I'm sure somewhere right around 68, 69, somewhere in here is when we passed up that SPIA, and we gave them even better returns for the remainder of the years. So I really like it. I think it helps explain it to the client, makes them feel comfortable knowing it's locked in, shows them just the whole picture of how the product works. I need to update this slide too because AIG just added a new index as well. But as you can see, they've got both S&P strategies. They do have a Merrill Lynch Strategic Balance Index, PIMCO Global Optima Index. I was out at PIMCO's office last year with AIG and learned a lot about this strategy. I really like it. It's a total return index, what makes it unique. So it's not a normal price return index like most of our indexes in the industry are, but it is total return, meaning that client's going to be earning the dividends as well over time. Most people hear PIMCO and think bonds. This is a unique index with them that is a combination of international markets, emerging markets, international markets, and then it's got U.S. small cap, U.S. mid cap, and U.S. large cap in it as well. AIG also just introduced a new strategy with a participation rate with the Russell 2000 as well. So some great unique options, both capped and uncapped strategies available here. Here's an illustration. So again, we're always going to show you the zeros, and then we're always going to kind of show you the potential of what the product can do again. So again, I used, like I said, each of these have a time and a place. I think this is better for the client who needs that income right away. So I used a 70-year-old, $500,000, put it in. We can guarantee the client's going to get $30,000, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It is what it is. They're going to get that no matter what. The exciting part is when we look at this page. This is the non-guaranteed. I allocated this in several different strategies with S&P and the PIMCO. Trying to maximize, I think, diversification in these products is good because there's going to be years where the S&P did well and the PIMCO did not do so well. And remember, we get increases anytime any interest is earned, regardless of strategy. So if we can diversify and maximize getting returns, we're going to maximize increasing income. As you can see here, we went about 13 years before the cash account got depleted, and only one of those years we had no return. So we gave your client increasing income, Sometimes, yes, it was small, but you know what? We gave them an increase. They're going to be happy with that for 12 out of the 13 years. As you can see, again, the guarantee, it starts at the 30, but the exciting part is when we have that increasing income. The way this works, like I mentioned, is if you look at the credited interest rate, we see 2.52 that was credited in year one. As you can see here, the income base went from 500,000 and went to 512,600, which is a 2.52 increase. Again, the next year, 14.13. You can see if you do the math, this is a 14.13 increase. The payout percentage for the client would stay the same, but it would just be based on a higher number, which generates this increase in the income. Again, this says it illustrates at 2.94. The reason it seems so low is because we've got 10 years of zeros here. Take away those 10 years of zeros, and this is more in the 4.5 range is what this is really illustrating at. They just take into account all these zeros, so I do like to point that out. So even with around a 4.5% or interest rate, we grew this income from $30,000 to $60,000 in a matter of 14 years. Again, being conservative on the illustration. Great opportunities. And like I said, the most exciting part about AIG is they don't change their payout percentages for increasing income. So as you can see, they are very competitive. 70-year-old getting a 6% payout percentage, that's a very strong payout percentage, especially for increasing income. So next time you've got a client looking for that income right away, give me a call. I'll run you the illustrations. We can look at several different carriers and see who's really going to be the best for each client in their situation. Last product we're going to talk about today is North American's Income Choice 10. Product issue ages on this is 40 to 79. Minimum requirement to go in is $20,000. One thing on this product is you do have to wait 1 year to be able to take income. Again, you do have single and joint options for both qualified and non-qualified. What's exciting about this product, and I'm sure we've all had those clients who say, I don't want any fees. There is no rider fee on this product. So a great opportunity to give your client increasing income, potential for stacking, growth, and no fee. It's great. North American is very traditional. If you look at a lot of their strategies, there are a lot of S&P strategies. They do have some different uncapped ones, daily risk control ones. They've got an excess return one that's pretty nice. And they have a really unique inverse edge trigger where when the S&P is actually negative, your client earns money. So it's a great opportunity to put a little bit of money in there for when the market is down, so your client still sees some sort of increase. How this product works, you're going to get a 5% bonus on the income account value. I will highlight the income account value on that, not on the cash side. They do stacking roll-ups, so you get, like Athene, you get a 2% guaranteed no matter what during deferral, and it's going to grow based on 150% of interest earned. So 2% guaranteed, 150%. Obviously, we minus out any withdrawals, and there's where your guarantee lifetime benefit is. Again, I love this chart as well. As many of you know, being in the industry, if you've been in the industry long at all, you've had that client come to you and say, hey, I'm making 7%. I got a 25% bonus. Okay, on the income account side, probably. I haven't seen a 7% fixed rate in I don't know how long. So I think this really helps paint the picture when you're talking with a client about your two different accounts. It's very important, keeps you out of any lawsuits in the future, making sure they understand these products. So I think it paints the picture well. We put $100,000 in. You can see the guaranteed lifetime withdrawal benefit value starts at $100,000 and $100,000. That's what we put in. So day one, we've now got $105,000 because of that 5% bonus. Accumulation account value is still 100%, or 100,000, I mean. I think that's important. It shows that the income account value, yes, has 105, but you surrender the policy, you're only getting 100,000. Again, how the product works, you get that 2% guaranteed. In this example, they did 3% credited for interest. Okay, multiply that times 150, and that's 4.5 plus the 2% guaranteed. That year, the client would have seen a 6.5% increase in their income account value. And this is during deferral. So at that point, you can see their income account value got credited the 6.5. oh, look, the accumulation value is only 103. I think it's really, really important. I think this is a very simple chart to show the clients for them to understand that this column with the guaranteed lifetime benefit is only used to determine what we're going to pay out them in the future. Has nothing to do. If they surrender the policy, they don't get that value. All right, so illustrations on this one. I skipped a screen. On this one, I use 500,000 again. Again, I think this one's good for that client who, A, doesn't want any fees, doesn't know if they're going to need income, thinks they're going to need income, and would not mind having an increase in income. It's kind of a great product for that person who's not really sure what they want. So 500,000 going in. Again, you do have to wait 1 year, so I illustrated it showing income starting year 2. Putting 500,000 in at age 70, taking income at 71, we can guarantee your client's going to get 25,436. And that again was assuming 0 interest. If you look at the non-guaranteed, again, I illustrated all these, tried to illustrate all of them between 4 and 5%, so they all were kind of comparable. But 500,000 going in, in the first year we got credited 5.56. So with the stacking, we got credited 9.94 on the benefit base. So, grew that benefit base quite a bit, generating 27,417 initially. And then as you can see, as the years go on, every time interest was earned, that income did go up. So again, giving your clients that opportunity of increasing income without having a fee, I think it's really a great opportunity. They do have different payout percentages, I will say, with North American for both level and increasing. The client does have an option when they turn on income. Do you want level or increasing? And as you can see, it's about a 1% difference in the rates or the payout percentages. So as I said, you've got to keep an eye on these payout percentages because you can have the hottest bonus and the biggest roll up. And if your payout percentage is there, I see it every day where client agents call and say, hey, I want to see this product because it's got this bonus and this roll up. Okay, I'll send it to you, but I'm also going to send you a comparison so you know what's number one in the industry. And sometimes we'll see $5,000 annual difference between the products. So it's really important to keep an eye on that. That's why I love Annuity Rate Watch, because it shows you not only which product wins, but it tells you what the payout percentages are, what we grew that income account value to over time, shows you everything. So again, you got to keep an eye on these. I didn't have any questions come through. At least I haven't looked in a little bit. I am going to throw one more poll question up here. If you want information on the 3 products we covered today, just go ahead and answer yes to that. What that does is I will email each of you the brochures from the products we talked about today. All those brochures will have those kind of charts that I looked at that I like so much. So if you answer yes, that's just going to generate an email from me. And then again, I will follow up with each of you individually throughout today and tomorrow to answer any individual questions you have or help you with case design or whatever you need on that as well. So I appreciate you all taking time out of your day. I know your time is valuable. So again, thank you very much. And we look forward to doing business with you. Have a great day.